Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform of FMS. So welcome to the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure? Now as we all know that matter can be classified into two substances, pure substances and mixture. But moving into the category of pure substances, we should be able to understand the simple meaning of pure substances in our daily life. Now what do we understand by purity? According to us, pure means it should not have any adulterants or it should not be mixed with any other substances. But the same definition is not applied with chemist. According to the chemist, the word pure implies for only one type of particle, or you can say substance. So let us understand what is pure substance. A substance that consists of only one type of particle is called pure substance. For example, we have diamond, which is made up of only carbon, salt, which is made up of only NaCl, that is sodium chloride, sulfur, tin, etc. Now, what do we mean by mixtures? Now, so generally mixtures are known as impure substances. So when we combine different substances into each other, a mixture is formed. For example, lemonade, or you can say lemon juice, is a mixture of three substances. That is lemon juice, sugar, and water. So let us go through few examples. Which of the following compounds that we come across in our daily life is mixture or pure substances? Example, water, copper, chocolate cake, hydrogen, soil, air. So easily, chocolate cake, soil and air comes under the category of mixtures, as soil contains dust particles, plants, etc. When we say air, air is a mixture of different gases like nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, CO2, and few noble gases. Coming to pure substances, when we say water, it means H2O, only H2O molecule. Please don't get misunderstood by the term mineral water. Mineral water is not pure technically because mineral water contains different salts of calcium and magnesium. Okay. Copper, it comes under the category of pure substance, and hydrogen is also made up of only hydrogen atom, hence it is a pure substance. Let's see different types of mixtures. So there are two categories of mixtures, that is heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixtures. For example, when we add sugar, water, and lemon juice together, they all uniformly mix with each other. Now, it is not possible to separate these substances from the mixture. Such mixtures in which the components mix with each other uniformly, this word is important, uniformly are called homogeneous mixtures. The ratio of compositions of homogeneous mixtures can be different. For example, one may add 2 spoons of sugar in a lemonade while someone else may add only 1 spoon sugar in their lemonade. Still, lemonade is a homogeneous mixture. Coming to the next term, that is heterogeneous mixture. The components in a mixture do not completely dissolve in each other, and we can separate them by physical means. In other words, the composition of such mixtures is not uniform. Example, if we mix sand in water, the sand settles down in water after some time, and we can separate it by filtration. So we can see the differences between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. As homogeneous mixtures, they have uniform composition. Heterogeneous mixtures, they are non-uniform in composition. Homogeneous mixtures cannot be separated, while heterogeneous mixtures can be separated. In homogeneous mixtures, the component cannot be seen through our naked eye, while heterogeneous mixtures, the components can be easily seen through the naked eyes. Here the mixture is in single phase throughout, while in heterogeneous, they may be two different phases, as we can see separate layers. Example, water and milk, and here we can have oil in water. So we can divide mixtures into two categories, that is homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. When we see homogeneous mixtures, they can be further said as solutions, while heterogeneous, they are of two types, that is suspension and colloidal solutions. Let's first study about solution. So what is a solution? A solution is a uniform mixture of two or more substances. A solution is always a homogeneous mixture by nature. There are different solutions that we come across in our daily life. For example, liquid in liquid, that is water in ink, solid into solids, alloys, gas into gas, air, solid into liquid, sugar and water, solid into gas, hydrogen and metals, liquid into gas, carbon dioxide and water, which you can also say as soda water bottles. Now let us study about alloys. What is an alloy? An alloy is a mixture of different metals or non-metals and metals that cannot be separated from each other by using physical methods. For example, we have brass, which is made up of copper and zinc. The ratio or the percentage composition may change, that is, it may contain 60% copper and 40% zinc, or the same could be 50% of copper and 50% zinc. Similarly, we have another alloy, that is bronze, made up of copper and tin. Solutions basically consist of two components, a solute and a solvent. Solvent, the substance in which another substance is mixed, is called solvent. For example, water is a solvent in which we can mix different substances such as salt and sugar. Solute, the substances that is added to the solvent to form a solution, is called solute. For example, salt when mixed in water act as solute for the mixture. Properties of solution. The solution is a homogeneous mixture. We cannot see the particles of solution through naked eyes as they are very small, that is in the range of 1 nanometer. Now, the path of light is not visible through the solution. The particles of solution do not scatter light through them as they are extremely small. Hence, we can say they do not show Tyndall effect. We cannot separate the particles of solution by the method of filtration. Different types of solutions: dilute, unsaturated solution, concentrated solution, saturated solution. A solution in which the concentration of solute is much less than that of the solvent is known as a dilute solution. For example, if we mix 1 gram of salt in 500 ml of water, the salt solution thus obtained will be dilute. If we keep on adding the solute in a solution, there comes a point when no more solute dissolves in the solution. This is called the saturation point of solution, where no more solute can be dissolved in the solution. And such solutions are known as saturated solutions. Unsaturated solutions are solutions in which we can add more amount of solute as it has not achieved its saturation level is called an unsaturated solution. A dilute solution can be called as an unsaturated solution. Concentrated solutions. A solution with a large amount of solvent is called concentrated solution. Saturated solution. A solution in which no more solute can be added since it has already dissolved the maximum amount of solute. Concentrated solution. A solution in which large amount of solute is present is called concentrated solution. Saturated solution. A solution in which no more solute can be added since it has already dissolved the maximum amount of solute in it. It is called a saturated solution. Always remember, a dilute solution is weak and a concentrated solution is strong. And we cannot add more solute into a saturated solution. Concentration. Concentration with respect to solutions refers to the amount of a substance per defined space, or can be defined as a ratio of solute in a solution to either solvent or total solution. There are different formulas to calculate the concentration of a solution. That is mass percentage. Here the mass percentage is expressed using the following equation. That is percentage mass of component is equals to mass of component in the solution divided by total mass of solution into 100. Similarly, we can have percentage volume, molarity, molality, normality. All these are different units of concentrations.